Hey everybody, welcome to Laughter Can Cure, benefit for the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. We're here. We did it. We've been doing this thing. For some of you don't know, it's a comedy show. It used to be live, but with everything that's going on, we've been doing it over the internet and virtually. So that means I don't have to put on pants. So that's very good for that. It's been great. I don't want to take up too much time at top. I'm going to be your host. I will be telling some jokes soon. I'll be bringing up some of my friends that love doing comedy, some really funny guys from the local scene and beyond. Well, with all that out of the way, I want to introduce a person that's been instrumental in helping us with this show. One of our amazing volunteers. I feel like she's so much more than that. But if you want to just Barbara, Barbara Diver. Hi. There she is.
Hi, Mike.
Hi. So I understand you had a couple of words you wanted to say just to sort of introduce this
Just
thing?
a couple.
Okay.
It won't take long.
We'll turn it over
So
to
I
you.
thank everybody for being here tonight. This is such a great opportunity for us to reach out to you and have a little fun during this pandemic time. I'm thrilled that you can be here. I hope you enjoy the show. In fact, I know you're going to enjoy the show because I've been sitting here listening to these guys just chat as they're warming up, and they are funny. Be sure you are checking out the online auction. Get your bids in. That's going on while this is. There's a link for it there in the chat. And just have a good time tonight and sit back and enjoy it. ACS Can really thanks you for helping out tonight. And maybe we'll be back live next year. If not, we'll keep this going. Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot, Barb. That's awesome. Okay, guys. Well, here we are. Laughter Can Cure. We made it through COVID. It's pretty amazing. One thing that I've noticed throughout all of this 2020 nonsense is that it's very hard to be a man right now in these times. Probably the hardest part about me being a man is that women make 73 cents on the dollar for every dollar a man makes. And it's probably why I'm unemployed. I can't compete with those prices. The women are taking all the jobs. I can't, 27% off. How am I supposed to compete with that? That's crazy. Yeah. Think about it from a business owner's perspective, like, oh, you're cheap labor and you're a woman. It's great. I'm a feminist now. Let's do this. Yeah, it's not fair. I am moving to Austin. Austin's interesting. Austin, Texas. And I found out that Matthew McConaughey is running for governor of Texas, or he's thinking about it or whatever, which is weird because I found out that Matthew McConaughey was not the governor of Texas. I just assumed he was already governor of Texas. That or like a plate of barbecue with an American flag in it. So I don't know. It's been a really exciting year for me. I started holding my phone with no case. So I feel like that's a big step up. When you have a phone with no case, that means you trust yourself as an adult, or you're just terrible, irresponsible. Maybe you'll get a virus because you're unprotected. I don't know. I've been really trying to do a lot of things. I watched the Olympics this year, just because there was nothing on. The Olympics were fun. It was really weird to see skateboarders age. Like there's like 47-year-old guys talking about skateboarding. And when they announce the skateboarding rules are so weird, like eggplant, boneless, and ho-ho are real skateboarding techniques. So you hear these announcers, they're like, hey, how's it going? It's Mike here over here at the Olympics, and we got Chad Pendleton from Australia. He's going to be doing a kick flip off the ramp. Let's see how he goes. All right. Kick flips into an Australian tickle fart, slapples the doodle, kicks a mama all the way to the biscuits. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. That's amazing. I haven't seen a biscuit like that since my third wife. Yeah. So I guess it's because I'm getting old. I don't know. I realize I'm kind of racist. Everybody's a little racist, I guess. I'm only racist in one way, though. That's I'd never fight a muscular Asian person. I just don't want to take that risk. I've seen too many movies. It may be racist, but I'm not going to get dragon kicked in the back of the head because I believe in equality. It's not right. I think that's the way you end up on like an Asian reality TV show, just you're trying to fight some guy, and then all of a sudden you're on Crouching Tiger, Hidden Camera. It's weird doing these jokes without laughs. Like I don't know if anyone's laughing or even enjoying this, but I'm having fun. Let's see. I've been doing a lot of jokes about race because I feel like some things just sound racist, and I think we found out that in America. Like my mom says Arab, like not Arab. She says Arab. It's not racist, but it sounds racist. Like you've never heard someone say, "I hate those Arab." Like it's always Arab. It's always mispronounced. It's never Arab. You know, they don't, but it's always Irish or, you know, Italian. Italians are funny too. Like, is it racist that I think that every Italian person's last name sounds like a delicious pasta dish? Maybe a little. Oysters, De Niro, pasta scaramucci. Could be good. Let's see what else. This is very interesting because there's no feedback. Usually I go off of that as a comedian, but you know, that's the world we're living in now. You know, you got to be careful. Got to be careful. Let's see. I do need a laugh track. My producer Lauren just said that I need a laugh track, and I totally do. Let's see. What else did I do? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that I just wanted to do 7 to 10 minutes. Yeah. So we're gonna bring up the next comedian. Is that right?
Hey, what's up?
There he is. Okay. Hey. So this is Willie Santiago. He's a hilarious comedian from Cleveland, the scene, and you know, and he has such an interesting voice. I just wanted to let him go ahead and do it. Thank you so much for doing this, and the stage is yours.
What's up, guys? My name is Will. Y'all can call me Smooth Will. It's great to be here, man. It's an honor to do a set for the American Cancer Society, man. Anyways, let's get to it, man. The summer was great, man. You know what I mean? But I got a chance to turn 31 in July, right? I know. y'all looking around like this guy looks like he's 41. I know. I'm aging like crap. You know, I get it. You know, I looked in the mirror the other day. I'm like, oh, I really do look like Uncle Fester. It was a little bit depressing, man, but I learned to love myself, you know? I learned to love myself. It's okay, you know? Even though I got a little bit of this, like, Forrest Whitaker eye going on here, man. I mean, it's cool. You know, I got older folks coming up to me like, hey, is that you, Willie? Hey, man, what's up, man? Class 83? Nah. Class of 2008. I'm still young, man. People give me seconds to that all the time, man. And it's cool. I recently hit my grandmother up the other day. I wanted to ask her what kind of anti-aging cream she uses to look younger. So I go to the nursing home she stays at, right? Yeah, I ain't really getting nothing out of that, but 3 phone numbers, a pair of pantyhose, and a bag of sugar cookies. I had those 3 phone numbers saved in my favorites. Betty, Luann, and Gloria. It was, and you know, Gloria, she hooked me up with the sugar cookies because Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, we like to treat you after we pleasure you. You know, it's cool. That's what we do. And it's great, you know. And I want to talk about the way the world has been so sensitive lately. You know, they've been real sensitive lately, you know what I mean? Like, they care about topics that have nothing to do with anything, that doesn't affect anything. Like, my man, Mr. Potato Head. You want Mr. Potato Head to be gender neutral. You want him to be gender neutral. Why? You know how that affects my life? Because I look like Mr. Potato Head. So now people think that I'm gender neutral. How does that work out? That's not fair. And then we want to talk about Pepe Le Pew. See, Pepe Le Pew, they said that he was representing rape culture. Where? Where was he representing rape culture? Last time I checked, he was with the same woman for more than 50 years. hitting on the same woman. If anything, that taught us consistency and loyalty. But you know, none of us listen to that, man. Not at all. Let me tell you this. I've been with my girl going on for 4 years, man. It got to the point to where I'm trying to see what her sister's like, dog. I know what y'all thinking. Come on, Will. That's messed up. Come on, Will. That ain't right. But listen. When you got the air freshener in your bathroom and you done with that linen scent and you go buy that new one and you see they got that new apple fritter ice cream scent, you gonna try it, right? Yeah, you are. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You can't argue with me. You know? It's okay. I recently been trying to lose weight, man. As you can tell, I'm a bigger guy. But I come to realize that I've been big my whole life. And I realized that I was pretty doomed with the weight loss when my favorite movie was Nutty Professor and my favorite scene was the dinner scene because they had that huge spread. Now, you guys can't tell me that wasn't the most delicious spread you've ever seen in your life. Wow. Why would you make that much food for a dinner? I don't get it. They didn't eat all that, did they? I don't know. Anyways, you know, I got the greatest friends in the world, man. You know what I mean? They're always supportive of everything they have. You know, I didn't always look like this. You know, like the other day I had this bald guy. He came up to me and he was asking me. He was like, "Hey, man, I wanted to know, man, how'd you make your hair so smooth? How does it come so shiny? What do you use?" I'm like, "Well, I use this cream, and it's called alopecia." I know some of y'all probably wondering what that is. That just means my body don't like hair at all. And it happened when I was 21. So going back to my friends, they were supportive when it happened to me when I was 21, you know? So basically I went from looking like a regular person with hair to looking like the creative player mode in a video game where it's just the default and you start off from the blank section. That's me. Yeah. So they're like, "Will, don't be sad, man. It's okay. Because you can actually become like one of the 4 Ninja Turtles." And I'm like, hell yeah. Oh yeah. Right? So one day, I'm walking down the street, right? I'm walking down the street to the corner store, right? I'm chilling. I'm walking, and I see a commotion going in front of me about a block away. There's this lady and this fella, the couple arguing. Whatever the lady said to the dude, he was really mad because he lifted his left hand up and he gave her the cocotazo. So I'm like, it's cowabunga time. I know what you're thinking. When I looked in the mirror and I bought this thing, I'm like, damn it. I look like a Save-A-Lot superhero. It's depressing. Anyways, I'm walking down the street, right? And I run to the scene. Before I even get half a block away, I hear 2 gunshots. Pow, pow! I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm going to go hit up Gloria for more of them sugar cookies. I want to thank you guys for your time. You guys, it's an honor. Peace.
That was great. That was great. I really like the way you used the camera. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Here he is. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's funny. We have a silent auction. We're auctioning off a little pizza thing, and one of the things we're auctioning off is
So cool,
it's a picture drawn by you get the Dewey's card, and yeah. So that silent auction thing is in the notes for the chat. I believe is what I'm being told. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Will. You're awesome. Thank you very much. Very good. Very good. I was taking notes. He was using the camera. He's like, that was really good. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. We do this every year, guys. So we'll come back to the show for next year. We're going to have some great comics. Coming up next, we have a comedian that I've watched grow from Hilarities. This is amazing club downtown. We're so glad to have at in Cleveland. Ladies and gentlemen, John Armstrong.
What's up? No. This is great. Thanks for having me. You know, I thought quarantine was over. I thought we was done with this Zoom shit. But guess what? No, it's good to be here. Really, this is really cool. Let's get into it. Everybody's talking about it. Let's talk about it. OnlyFans. These poor women. These poor women just wanted to show their bodies for a little money, make a little money. Here comes the man knocking on the door like, hey, we want some of that money. Matter of fact, you can't show that pussy no more. No. Good news, I just found out today, OnlyFans has been saved. You know why? There's a lot of guys like, you know what? I still want to kind of check out what my neighbor's doing behind closed doors. So give it up for capitalism, beating out the shutting down of OnlyFans. The current event going on, everybody's talking about it. They're scared to, but they are. I'm going to bring it up. Robots. Elon Musk unveiled a robot that's supposed to get rid of boring tasks that people do. But this ain't a robot that looks like it would be functional or like a mechanical arm or even the squiddies that were in the Matrix. Those would be functional robots. You got 8 arms. You can be in a warehouse tearing it up. These robots look like people, so you know what that means. These robots are for fucking. That's what these robots are for, all right? I know a lot of us say we wouldn't do it, but I want a sex robot. I really do. And not for the sex. I just want to be held. I want somebody to tell me everything's going to be okay. And I'm sick of making girls sign NDAs when I do really nasty shit. That robot doesn't have to sign an NDA. I just got to get a really good cleaner to get in those cracks. That's all that matters. But off of that, what's really going on? What are we really talking about? What's going on in America? You know what it is. Cancel culture. Everyone's ruining everything. No, as a comedian, I do get that. A lot of people always say, is it hard to do comedy now? Like, is it hard to do comedy? Everyone's so sensitive. Is it hard to do comedy now? It's actually not. As long as you're funny, as long as there's a joke in there, you can pretty much get away with what you want to. You know what I mean? It's just a handful of people on the internet who make it seem like it's more than what it is, you know? You can still do comedy. It's like guys who complain about feminists. Like, these feminists are taking over. These feminists are taking over. Men can't be men. These feminists are taking over. It's like, that's not true. Women still like being choked in bed. They still suck dick. Like, feminists aren't ruining everything. As long as you make a woman come, you can get away with a lot of shit in the bedroom, all right? It's the same with a joke. As long as they're laughing in the end, you can get away with a lot of shit. Just don't be malicious. Don't be an asshole. That's what it's all about. I think what a lot of people are responding to, though, is a lot of Hollywood and corporations. There's a lot of performative wokeness going on. You know what I mean? Last year, after the George Floyd thing, all these companies were like, you know what? We're going to paint Black Lives Matter in the streets. You like that, don't you? We're going to paint Black Lives Matter in the streets. We're going to take Uncle Ben off the box. We're going to take Aunt Jemima off the syrup. It's empty gestures. Black people, we did not ask for that. We just don't want to get killed by police. Black Lives Matter in the street doesn't mean anything. It's like a dad who owes $10,000 in child support, but he has a world's greatest dad mug. It means nothing. It's empty symbolism, all right? I'll let you in on a secret, too. I prefer Aunt Jemima syrup. I do. I do. What's the alternative? Mrs. Butterworth, I don't want that syrup. It's gross. It's devil syrup, all right? I am old enough to remember those old school Miss Butterworth commercials where that bottle would come to life on the table and that bitch would scoot across the table and she would start talking to the kid, talking about, eat this syrup. I don't want that syrup. Give me that Aunt Jemima's diabetes syrup. That's what I want. I want that shit, all right? And if you want to be honest, if one person did get canceled, I think it's Paula Deen. She did. And I think Paula Deen is in that bottle of Mrs. Butterworth. She is. She's a genie, and that is her tomb. She is locked in there. And she's just like, you know what? The only way I can be released is if you just say nigga 3 times, and I will burst out of my glassy tomb of cancel culture. Please, someone, drop 3 N-bombs. It's like Candyman, except with diabetes. Yeah, cancel culture is it's a weird thing. It's something you gotta navigate, but it's something that people are kind of invested more time into, but it's not really the biggest thing. You know what I mean? Not what people make it out to be. A lot of people are doing protests too, though. Everyone wants to make their voice heard. The NFL is back, and I wasn't watching the NFL for a little while. Not because of the protests, but just because I live in Cleveland and the Browns have been sucking for a long time. But we're back. We've had a good couple seasons, and I think we're doing it this year. So I don't know if the protests are going to continue when Kaepernick was taking a knee, pissing off white people everywhere. I think that's not a good protest anyway. I think the best protests, as far as NFL and just racial concerns, I came up with some myself. And this only involves black men. It doesn't involve anyone else. We don't need any white allies. We don't need black women. We just need black men. And you know what I was saying? What we should protest? All black men should get together and make a vow to stop fucking fat white women. We'll do it. We'll do it. For decades, we have been clearing that dead wood off of bars, off of dance floors, nightclubs. We've been getting rid of them fat, plump, thirsty bitches. So you white guys just have the pick of the litter of all the big titty white women you want. But you know what? We will stop fucking those fat white women. We will stop pursuing them. We will make you pursue them, all right? If you do not meet our demands, if we cannot see justice through the justice system, we will make you go out to Taco Bell with these women, all right? We will make you listen to their problems, all right? We will make you go through it. We will stop fucking these plump white women. No, we won't. We won't. I mean, it's a novel idea. We won't, but the threat is there, all right? I have laid down the gauntlet. We're thinking about doing it. That would be nice, though, wouldn't it? If you could just see a normal interracial couple, like not it's always some I don't know. I call it Aldi's when we get the white women. We don't get from the Whole Foods. We don't get Whole Foods white woman. We get the Aldi's. We get the irregular. We get that Burlington Coat Factory pussy. Like, how come she's that tall but flat chested with a mustache? Oh, got her from Aldi's. We'll stop doing it. We'll stop. And we'll make you guys pick it up if you don't meet our demands. No. We won't, because we suck and we're thirsty just like they are. But I think I need to stop smoking weed. That will help these crazy thoughts that are in my head. But I gotta smoke weed, because how else am I gonna release the dopamine? How? I don't know. Maybe edibles? I hear that's fun, you know. I'm scared of edibles, though. I've done them a few times. Edibles to me are too strong. Like, edibles are for people who don't have jobs, you know? Like, I want to be high for 4 hours, not 24 hours. That's a little bit much, you know? It's kind of fentanyl-y, you know what I mean? Just pushing it too far. I got friends of mine who used to tease me for being a pothead, and they actually do edibles now, which I think is hilarious. It's hilarious. When I see that, it reminds me of those Catholic schoolgirls where virgins who swear to never have sex, they still take it up the ass. You're like, you realize this is way more intense than just doing it the other way, right? You're trying to save yourself because you want to be right with Jesus, and it's stupid. Don't do it. I would like to thank you all for having me here. You all have a great evening. Enjoy my protest, goddamn.
Hey, there he is. Okay, give it up. John Armstrong. Oh my God, that was controversial. I like it. All right, yeah, John. John's a young comic, and he's doing some. He likes to do like really nice, risque, classic nightclub humor. Wow, what a show! All right, so I'm gonna keep it going. Oh yeah. Also, okay. So this next guy is a guy I met actually when I first started doing comedy. Give it up for Alex Corville. He's doing all kind of crazy stuff. I'm sure he'll tell you all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex.
Good evening. I'm coming to you live from where I've been doing most of my comedy lately. As you can tell from this wristcast, my love life has come to a grinding halt recently. But I've been working on my pickup line, something like Pisces, and my name is Alex. I like a woman with Titanic blonde locks and a crooked grin. A woman from Game of Thrones who loves Nescafe. That sounds like you, baby. Take my hand. Let me show you to love land. Let me show you how sweet it can be having sex with Alex. Or maybe I will just talk to women like Alfred Hitchcock. Walk up to him and be like, good evening. I'm going to show you why they call me Hitchcock. Emphasis on the second syllable. But never mind that. Let us consummate our love in a manner that is popular among the young people of today. Oh yes, this is quite good. Definitely what I consider a pleasurable experience. Oh my, it appears as if I'm about to blow my load in a manner that is popular among the young people of today. Here it comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jumanji. Of course, I've been spending a lot of time with my cousin Roy. Cousin Roy's a bit of a drunk, and he has a kid. My cousin Roy, his son stopped wetting the bed around the time my cousin Roy started wetting the bed. He's always telling me stuff like, man, Alex, I wish I could spank my kids. Well, Roy, I wish I could spank Demi Lovato, but you do you. Had a little heart-to-heart with me. He was telling me, Alex, I found out the old man's bipedal. Roy, I think you are trying to say Uncle Henry is bipolar. Bipedal means he walks on 2 legs. Well, maybe he's both. Then again, when I was a kid, I thought that slut meant klutz. Like I saw some girl fall down and I was like, what a slut. Took me a few years to understand why that girl became so popular. And being a bit of an accident-prone kid myself, I remember saying stuff like, what's wrong with being a slut? I'm a slut and proud of it. Boys can be sluts too, you know. Very progressive 5-year-old. And I'm glad I outgrew that, because I can imagine saying stuff like, oh, I can't be a server. You know what a slut I am. On that note, when I was a kid, I hated school. My mom used to tell me, you should enjoy it. One day you're going to have to get a job. Mom, I'm gonna be a comedian. I'm gonna need 5 jobs. And like one of my peers in this business, I flunked kindergarten. They called it pre-first grade, but in hindsight, I know what it was. I think the moment that clinched that I was not moving on with the rest of my class. One day when I was in kindergarten, they asked, "What does a caterpillar turn into?" And I emphatically answered, "A turd." And I got sent to the principal's office for that. Principal asks me, "Alex, do you know what a turd is?" "A turd is poop." I got a grown up to say poop. I like wearing this shirt. It's sort of like what you order off of Wish, what actually arrives. But I recently discovered a song called Dog Police by the band Dog Police, presumably off of the album Dog Police. And then for the uninitiated, the song goes like this. Dog police, where are you coming from? Dog police, nobody knows who you are. So all day, and I discovered this song when I was in a bit of a bad mood. So all day, my thought process sounded like this. Oh, rewind. All day, my thought process sounded like this. Oh God, why does this stuff keep happening? I swear, one of these days I'm gonna get you. And then, dog police, where are you coming from? Dog police, nobody knows who you are. And I mentioned how I've had to have a lot of jobs. I used to work at a call center. There was a very annoying genre of customers, people who would just ask me the same question over and over again, hoping that they could browbeat me into giving me the answer they were looking for. Whatever the male equivalent of Karens are, this was them. Like, what is my discount? Your discount is 15%. Are you even listening to me? Now I'm going to ask this again. What is my discount? Your discount is 15%. Are you even listening to me? Now listen, I'm a patient man, but when I ask a question, I expect it to be answered. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop reading from your script, talk to me like a human being, and answer my question. If you say the same thing over and over again, I'm going to hang up. Buddy, don't threaten me with a good time. All right, before I go, I have a little promotion. I have a show on Amazon Prime called Pinheads. And boy, of all the times to blank out. If you watch the show or leave a review, that'll help the show out. I got one review. I think it was the same guy I talked to on the phone. He said, "It's not Akron and it's not bowling." We filmed in Akron, you dunce. Either way, thanks for the review. Maybe in the chat I should type thanks with a $sign. But I also have a movie coming out next year. It's called Science Boys High School Reunion. Trailers and clips are on YouTube. Be sure to check it out. I'm Alex DeCorville. Good night.
I'll check that out. But I didn't know that was on Amazon Prime. I have Amazon Prime. I thought it was for some reason I thought it was Netflix. I'm not sure why. But yeah, that's awesome. Make sure you guys check that out, and you'll have more of Alex DeCorville. Thank you very much for sharing your time and humor with us. All right. So we're going to keep this show rolling. Oh, yes, of course. Matt Farkas. He's a guy I met when I first started doing comedy. I admire his writing. I think you really like it. And he's a great person to help us get to the end of this amazing comedy show. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Farkas. Yes.
Hi, everybody. I really kind of wanted to use this to plug a shameless business idea for a food truck called Anamana Pita, where they're pitas, but all the pitas taste like the onomatopoeia sounds. And then I realized that's the end of my idea. Like, I don't have a minute to talk about it. That's as far as the pitch goes. But I think it would be a real like cool food truck in general. And that's where I'm coming from on the inside. That's just how my brain works. So how's everyone doing? I just got off of a nice long shift and felt like telling some jokes. But I just got to ask this to the audience. You know, it's been a weird couple of years, and I'll say like I found something interesting that we do as a modern generation. Dating is a weird thing. Dating's a weird thing when it comes down to, you know, the last 5 years, like Tinder, Bumble. Anyone ever use those? I can't hear you, so I'm assuming some of you are just quietly nodding like, yeah. And it's like, you know, I like Tinder. I don't really like Bumble. I'll tell you why I don't like Bumble is Bumble gives you bad fake advice, like really condescending advice. I remember Bumble once sent me an email and they were like, "Hey, notice you haven't gotten many swipes lately. Have you tried maybe moving your pictures around, or have you tried maybe, I don't know, putting a question in your profile, you know, something to start a conversation?" It's like, Bumble, why don't you be honest with me? Why don't you say like, "Hey, you haven't been getting many swipes. Have you tried jogging? Maybe do some push-ups. I don't know. Take pictures in front of a sports car." Like, anything's bound to work, man. That's why I liked Tinder. Tinder was honest. They'd be like, "Hey, it's 10:50 at night. There's a lot of swiping in your area. Should hop in on that. Someone's bound to make a mistake on you." Like, it's bound to happen, you know. But the other thing that Tinder did that kind of turned me off Tinder was you used to swipe and it would be like, "Hey, cool your jets. You've run out of people in Northeast Ohio. Why don't you slow down, Mr. Picky?" But now they do something that's even sadder where they're like, "Hey, nobody in Northeast Ohio is really interested. Have you debated going global? Someone in the world's bound to be interested in getting a green card. Like, you're not that bad looking. Come on." It's like, Tinder, no. But I did luck out, you know, with Tinder. I had some matches. I had a woman once message me a year after we had a couple of dates, and I was kind of intrigued. I was like, "Hey, what's this going to be about?" And the message read, "Hey, numbnuts, looks like you finally threw me off your Netflix account. Thanks." And my gut reaction was, I didn't realize she'd been using my Netflix for a year. I only went to her house once. We had dinner, watched a movie, and that was it. It's like my instant second reaction was, "Oh crap, my debit card expired, and this is how I find out about it." So I had to update all my stuff. And then my third response was, maybe I ask if she's up for a drink later, but I said no to that. It was not a good idea. I don't know. I've lucked out. Someone did make a mistake on me though. I'm dating now, which is good. It's interesting. I'm dating a taller woman. I'm about 5'10". She's about 6 foot, and normally when you say certain things and there's like a little offset, people don't like jump to conclusions. But when you're dating a taller woman, people jump to some conclusions. And I'll give you an example of this. I had to go to a hardware store, which is never fun, to find a bolt to replace basically a piece of my furniture. Our futon broke, and went in and said, "Hey, I need to find a bolt that matches this." And they went, "Cool, go to the 150-foot wall of screws. You're bound to find one there." And I'm like, can I measure it? And they're like, somewhere on that wall is going to be a little plate that you can measure it. And I went over there and I asked for help, and they showed me it was covered up. We're measuring it out. And the guy's like, "Well, is that a furniture bolt?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Oh, my girlfriend and I broke the futon." And he was like, "Nice." And then I looked at her and looked at him, and I was like, "Actually, we were watching an anime, and she got real nervous about what was going to happen and kept bouncing in place, and it just capsized." And he just looked at me like, "You've just ruined my day." I thought it was funny, at least. And I get it. I get their plight. I imagine working in a hardware store has to be like real hard, because I work with the public. And it's like, especially right now with COVID, it's been interesting working with the public, because we just got told, "Hey, like, coming down from corporate, we all got to wear masks now. Like, we got to go back to wearing masks." And I'm not against that. But they said, "But hey, don't ask customers to wear masks. Yeah, we asked why, and they're like, well, we know it's safer if everyone were to wear a mask, and we want you to wear a mask for your safety. But we have this chart, and it shows if we keep asking customers to wear masks, one of them's going to shoot you. So just let that one go. And it's like, okay. But what was interesting is then we got corporate training, and it said MRS training. And I was like, Mrs. Training, because, I was assuming that our corporation had drawn a goofy cartoon lady that was going to train us things. And they're like, no. It's a mask-related shooting training. And it's like, oh, crap. Here we go. And if you've ever had to do corporate trainings, this was, I thought, funny to me, because it's like, all right, hey, run, fight, hide, run, fight, hide. It's run, hide, fight. Run. You know how to get out of the building fast. The end of the shift can never come fast enough. You know how to shoot out the door. 2, hide. You know how to avoid the cameras? Like, we all do kind of shady stuff here and there. 3, fight. And then I realized there was 8 minutes left in the video, and they're like, you're going to need to find improvised weapons and form a small tactical group. And it's like, this is how you throw something to make a distraction. And in my head, I was like, I'm like IT support. Like, please don't make me do this. I didn't sign up for this side of things. It's a little much. I don't know. I've always found those training videos to be goofy, but that one I watched through and was like, this is not like the don't use the fire exit to get out to the parking faster. This is different. It's had some gravity to it. I'm gonna kind of close on what I think is a good public service announcement, though. Something I think that is important for everyone to learn, and it has to do with a little bit of science and a little bit of just psychology, is we all make a mistake when we drive. And it kind of has to do with your candor. It kind of has to do with something that's very popular in the United States. And the issue really comes down to a universal sign that we do when we've displeased or angered another driver. And some people are already thinking like, yeah, I know where this is going. And really, it just comes down to this. When someone makes you mad, your first reaction in the car is just right there. It's not good. Don't throw up the bird. I know you want to. I want to. We all want to throw up the bird, but you can't. And I'm going to explain why. So why we want to give the finger is because someone makes us angry. In the same way that when we stub our toe or we hit our head on something, we immediately blurt out an expletive. It has to do with something in our brain called the amygdala. And it releases this like chill out kind of chemical where we're like, hey, I just dropped the F-bomb real loud at a target. Everything's going to be fine. But that's the same feeling we get when we go to give the middle finger. You got to stop doing that. And this is why. A, you're already angry. You're kind of a worse driver now. When you give the finger to someone, now they see it, they're angry. Their amygdala triggers, and now they have less risk perception. They're driving all over the place now. They were already bad to begin with. You've made them worse, and now you're worse. That doesn't help with anything. All you're doing is doubling down on the situation. What you got to do is this. You got to give a thumbs down. And this is why. You can't get angry at a thumbs down. You can only get disappointed in yourself. Like when you see someone give the finger, you're mad, you're going to forget about that 10, 20 minutes later. Maybe you're angry at lunch, but by dinner, it's gone. Someone gives you a thumbs down and shows that they're disappointed in you. That's permanent. That's going to haunt you for days. That's really psychological warfare. And, that's something like when your dad says, I'm disappointed in you. You remember that days later. That person goes home and tells their significant other, hey, somebody booed me in traffic. So that's really the last thing I want to leave you on. Just a little tactic shift. Instead of giving the finger, give the thumbs down. I promise you. It feels good too. It's just that it's gratifying. It really is. But I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to perform tonight. This means a lot to me, and the work that this society does means a lot to me. So from there, I'm going to give it back to the host, Mike.
Matt, that was great. Yeah, I got to tell you.
Thumbs up. I see it. Approval.
Yeah, that was great. Matthew Vargas. Make sure you check him out on all your social medias or whatever if you want to. Yeah, he's very funny.
Awesome.
All right, we're
Thank
gonna
you
keep
again.
this show rolling with what I consider to be a headliner, 'cause it's just people love him on the show, and he's just great. He's all around town here in Cleveland. He's on the radio, WZAK 92.3 in Cleveland, and he's here for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Head.
Can you say hello?
Not
Can
yet.
you see me?
Turn it on. Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Boom.
there.
Yeah. All right, Mike. We're gonna let you do
Hey.
your thing. Thank you so much for doing this for us. All right.
Yeah. Hey guys, you probably couldn't hear that intro because Mike's audio was screwed up, but yeah, thanks for having me back again. I'm excited. Give it up, for all the weirdos that you saw before me. That was a cool bunch. I'm part of the weirdos. It's kind of like watching an adult version of the Goonies, right? It was just watching these grown, weird 40, 30-year-old men just ramble about nothing. This is how you want to spend your Wednesday night, right? This is awesome. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about some COVID stuff. I'm disappointed I don't get to see you guys in person. I don't get to see your faces and stuff like that. I was looking forward to seeing you in person this year, but COVID is back. It's back strong. Came back so strong it started making its own fraternities. Did you see that? Got COVID Delta, COVID Lambda, COVID Sigma Phi Beta. COVID is out here hazing the shit out of America right now, unfortunately. I don't know. But here we are on Zoom again this year. We thought 2021 was going to be better, right? Now look at it. Because you remember the people that were just like, oh, I can't wait until 2020 is over with. I can't wait. And look how 2021 started, right? People are in the house too long. 6 days into 2021, what happened? It was just like, fuck it, let's take over the government. Like, what are we doing? Like, let's do it. I ain't got shit to do. Like, let's take over the government. It's just, and it was, it was hilarious to me. And then the government is talking about indicting people, sending people to jail. Trump is, nobody's gonna do any hard time for this shit. No, nobody. I'm just like, let's just get it out of ourselves. Nothing's gonna happen. It just, let's just make a movie about it, put Mark Wahlberg in it, and just like move the fuck on. You know what I mean? Nothing's gonna happen to these people. It was funny though. January 6th was hilarious. I DVR'd it, just to watch every time I have a bad day. Because I don't know, you guys saw it. It was just like hundreds of bearded white men just scaling the walls and hanging off of scaffolding and poles and just jumping through windows. It was like watching American Ninja Warrior, wasn't it? Just the trailer park edition. No, right? I would watch a show like that. I would. Because I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of stuff in the media that makes black people look bad, but I feel like millions of white people were watching the news on January 6th like, oh, fuck me. Jesus Christ. I feel like white people hadn't felt that bad about themselves since Tiger King, You guys had a minute to recover, and then this shit happened. You was like, fuck, I give up. This is ridiculous. I don't want to be white anymore. I don't know. I'm turning 42 next month. Can we get some claps in the comments? 42. Whoop, whoop. I don't know. I don't want to brag, but I make a lot of money doing comedy. So much that I had to move in with my mom's. Yeah. So that's where I'm broadcasting from you now. Like right now in my mom's basement. She's a hoarder. I don't know if you can see that shit. Look at that. Look at us. But yeah. I live with my mom's. That's where my comedy career has taken me. I'm sleeping in the same room I used to masturbate in as a teenager, people. That is what we call I don't know, the circle of life, I guess. Just coming full circle, literally. Yeah, it's very nostalgic. I mean, I'm still jacking off in there. I mean, it's just for different reasons. I'm depressed and fantasize about getting my own apartment. You know what I mean? So there's that. I don't know. It's just hard living with my mom and my 2 teenage daughters, right? Okay. I live with 3 women, people. 3. My 75-year-old mom, my 18-year-old daughter, and my 13-year-old daughter. Okay. It's not like living with my dad or my grandpa, or my uncles, or my brother or something. I can't borrow any of their shit. Okay. Everything that they have lights up, sparkles, or smells like coconuts, people. I can't use that shit. It's annoying. Okay. I ran out of lotion one day before a show. And I asked my oldest daughter, I was like, hey, you got some lotion I can borrow? I'm late. I'm running. She's like, here, Dad. Little did I know it had body shimmer in it. Okay. And I'm just lathering this shit on. Little did I know I'm glowing like a chick in her first trimester. Okay. I walk outside and the sunlight hit me and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is amazing. I thought it was a lifestyle change. I'm like, man, this meditating and not jacking off thing is working because my skin is glowing. All right. I look fabulous. And now I'm torn because now when I go to the store to look for lotion, I'm standing there looking at the regular lotion and the body shimmer. I'm like, can I get this? Can I still be the man that I've always been and get the body shimmer? Like, cause I felt like I looked amazing. Like do I have to do I lose my pronoun? Do I have to use the he, she, they now? Like, what do I do if I get the body shimmer? Cause I wanted it, am I non-binary? Like, I don't know. Can we talk about that term for a minute? Non-binary. It just doesn't fit, does it? Like with all the rest of the words in the LGBT dictionary, it doesn't fit to me. Like you got the gender fluid, the transsexual, pansexual, asexual, transgender, and then you got non-binary. Doesn't fit. I don't like that word. I don't know. It just sounds like some gay reboot of the Matrix or something like that. Non-binary. I don't know. I'll watch a movie like that though. Can you imagine if Morpheus was like gender fluid? He's like, what you want, Neo? The red pill or the blue pill? The red Skittle or the blue Skittle? Just taste the rainbow, bitches. I don't know. That's how I would make the movie. I'd be watchable, I think. What else? Got to find the little things that make me happy. You do in this day and time. The little things that make me happy is like when I'm standing at the store and somebody in front of me is the top of their butt crack is showing, like right at the top of their jeans. That's hilarious to me, people. That is funny. I'm not the only immature person on this StreamYard that thinks butt cracks are funny. It's hilarious. If somebody walked through a comedy show right past you and their crack was showing, you'd be like, look. Because it's funny. It is funny. And it's just, if this has never happened to you in the store, this means that you don't shop at the dollar store. That's what that means. Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, Dollar General. Okay. All right. Because any one of those dollar stores, you're going to see a lot of big stomachs and ass cracks, people. That's just where those type of people like to hang out for some reason. And that's one thing I miss about my kids being little. Like I said, they're 18 and 13 now. Because little kids, they got butt crack radar. They can spot a butt crack from a mile away. You don't even have to say anything when you walk into the store. All you got to do is just wait for them to go, ew. And then you be like, wait. I got to take a picture. Like, I don't know. It just makes me happy. I don't care if you're having a bad day. You could have just lost your job or your wife could have just left you. It could be raining outside, but you see a butt crack, it just brightens up your day. That's it. I look at them just like I look at rainbows. You know what I'm saying? The butt crack is just like a rainbow. It's just a sign from the heavens that everything's gonna be okay. What else? Like I said, I'm 42, man. Wow. 42. Dating at 40 is just very weird. Men my age, for some reason, want to date very young, like mid 20s. And I'm not going to lie, I tried it, but the interest level is just too different. She was like 26, 27. Okay. Very attractive, hot. But it was just, I invited her over. I'm just like, hey, you want to watch some Netflix? Let's check out this documentary that everybody's talking about. Heard it was good, pretty educational. I don't know. She didn't want to do that. She went in the corner and started making TikTok videos. I was like, oh, God. Oh. I'm like, my mom said, you got to go. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. So, but, so I stick with my age range, but I like to go a little bit higher though. I like older women, mature women. I'll say that, 45 to 60 is what I like to take them. That's my thing. Hot flashes and mustaches, people. That is what I'm into. Yep. I like that type of woman that likes to roll around with the windows down when it's 30 degrees outside. That's my type. I like that. I don't mind a little extra testosterone in your system. We don't have to go on a date. We can stay at home and arm wrestle if you want to. I mean, that's what I like to do. But if we date, you got to work out. I don't want to date one of them CrossFit chicks though. Like the ones that just. It's a girl at my gym. She's beautiful, but it's just pow. Don't no dude want to date a chick that damn strong. That's just, I don't know. I don't want to be struggling with you while we play fight. That's not sexy. I'm supposed to win. That's just the rule. I know it's toxic masculinity, but damn it, I'm supposed to win. And plus, they got weird diets too. They eat like squirrel and owl meat, shit like that. I don't think Whole Foods has any of that. But yeah, man. Fellas, if you date a girl that strong, the tables are going to turn. That means during the play fighting, she's going to do to you what we do to them in the play fight. She's going to want to laugh and tickle me, try to stick her finger in my butt. And I'm just like, nah, nope, stop. Okay, it's only funny when I do it to you. All right. I'm just not ready for that level of commitment yet. Yeah, I'm trying to be healthy. Oh, you can Google this if you think I'm lying. The UK and New Zealand have gotten together and made a lockjaw device. Put it in your mouth, locks your jaw shut. It's a weight loss device. It only allows you to open your mouth a 1/16 of an inch, just enough to put a straw in for a liquid diet. And I was like, it's a little medieval, but I get it. It's gonna work. It's definitely gonna work, But I feel like there's gonna be a lot of angry dudes in the bedroom. Yeah. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, how long you gotta keep this thing in, my baby? This is just too much. I mean, I'm not that big, but a 1/16 of an inch, that ain't gonna work. Yeah. You've been on a liquid diet long enough. It's time to eat some meat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm a foodie. I like food, people. Food also makes me happy. Where my Chick-fil-A people at? Chick-fil-A people? Where we at? Put some Chick-fil-A comments in the comments section. Anybody like Chick-fil-A? Yeah. I feel safe when I walk into Chick-fil-A, right? It's just, I do. I feel safe. Everybody's very Christian and smiling, welcoming, like Joel Osteen. Just welcome to Chick-fil-A. How are you? How can I? It's kind of creepy, but you feel safe though. Everybody's dressed in red and gray, like it's the fucking Handmaid's Tale or something like that. It's just, I don't know. And then you go up to the counter and it's just like, blessed be the fruit. You're like, whoa, I just want some Polynesian sauce. Thank you, Mrs. Waterford. I appreciate that. Thank you. But it's just, I don't know. It's not delicious, but I feel safe. I don't mess with Popeyes. I don't mess with Popeyes because if you're at a Popeyes, people, let's be honest, you're in a damn hood somewhere. You're in a bad neighborhood, most likely, 9 times out of 10. And I'm not trying to get shot with a chicken sandwich in my hand. That's not how I'm trying to go out. I'm just not. Okay, I'm laying there bleeding to death in front of a Popeyes while some stray pit bull and a crackhead lick the pickles off my sandwich. You know, kids are riding by like, you want to see a dead body? Like, no, motherfucker, help me. I'm still alive. Help me. And tell that crackhead to bring back my damn pickles. But Popeyes is okay. Chipotle. Where my Chipotle people at? Anybody in the comments who likes Chipotle? I don't like Chipotle. Not because it's nasty. I don't feel safe in there. If you've been to a Chipotle, pay attention to who's making your burrito. Because they all in there, all of them. Every one of them. They all look like they've been convicted of something. You ever paid attention to? Pay attention to who's making your burrito. They got like face and forearm tattoos and piercings just everywhere. And they got the clear Ray-Bans or the, and the LGBT, like non-gendered, flags or whatever. Just, it's a weird combination of like hipster / thug, like, you know the type of people that look like they may do a drive-by in a smart car. I don't know. Just very like they might stab you, but plant a tree on Earth Day. That type of vibe, I don't know. That's just what I see when I'm walking. I don't know. Chipotle. I don't know what it means in Spanish, but I think it means house arrest. I'm gonna look it up. I'm pretty sure. Last but not least, I got like 1-2 minutes left. I've been divorced for 10 years. No, 11 years, people. I can't stand my ex-wife. Can't stand her. We have to communicate on an app. We're not allowed to talk or text, chat, none of that. We have to communicate on the app. We exchange our kids in front of the police station every Sunday. It's very dramatic. I pull up, she pulls up. The kids get out her car and run to my car like I just paid off the cartel to get them back. I'm like, hurry up, come on. Hurry. I just wish we had another way to resolve this thing. You know what I mean? Like a baby mother's Hunger Game or Purge or something like that, right? It's just, I don't know. I think it would work. I would take her to therapy, act like I'm taking her to therapy, and then just like pull up to this open field full of confused ex-wives and baby mothers. And then she get out the car like, what's going on? And then Morgan Freeman comes out of nowhere like, everybody, settle down, settle down, settle down. Welcome to the first annual Baby Mothers Hunger Games. And then the siren goes up. Burp, burp. And she's like, what does that mean? That means you got about 15 seconds to start running, bitch. Because that is, I don't know. It's just a thought. That's all. I don't know. I just can't take another chance dating a woman like her. That's why I think, I need a service dog for relationships, people. That's what I need. I feel like, because they train them to detect like heart attacks, diabetes, and stuff like that. Why can't I have a service dog to sniff out crazy chicks? Wouldn't that be dope, fellas that are watching me that are single? Wouldn't that be dope to have a Labrador just go up to a chick and be like, nah, this bitch crazy as hell. I couldn't do it. That's my time, people. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Thank you. I appreciate it for having me back. Mike, I can't hear you, Mike. Is it just me? Are you lip singing, Michael? You're still muted, I think. Nobody can hear you, Mike.
There it is. Okay.
There.
All right. I switched computers because of the mic, and now I'm back with a real mic. Mike, that was great. Yeah, thank you very much. Is there anything you want to talk about that you're doing soon or promoting or?
Actually, yes. I have an album out, people, on iTunes.
Whoa, nice.
Came out just this past Friday on August 20th. So make sure you go to iTunes or Spotify, Amazon Music. It's called Single Mom.
Single Mom. That's good.
Single Mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good name.
Please go check it out. Please share it with your friends and be like, this guy comes back every year, does this show. I love him. He's kind of funny. But yeah, just get him the album anyway. Yeah. So
Yeah,
appreciate
that's
it.
great. Yeah, give it up for Mike Head, everybody. That was fantastic. Yeah, wow, amazing. So, are we throwing it back to Barb? Or?
You want to give it back to Barb?
Barb, do you want to say anything?
Oh, sure. There's like 2 minutes left. You guys can get your bids in on the silent auction. Indians tickets are at $190 for $400 seats. That's a pretty good deal.
Nice. Yeah, that is good.
Somebody somewhere has got to have a Cincinnati Bengals fan that they know or in their family, and they need a really inexpensive Christmas present for, because the Cincinnati Bengals pillow has no bids.
What?
Okay, you could pick up a Christmas present for $5.
There you go. Jump in
Check it
there.
out one more time, and then at the end of the show, we'll close the auction and notify the winners. And thank you to all our great comedians for being here tonight. Thank you, Mike, for doing a wonderful job hosting once again. We always appreciate working with you. And thank you to everybody who tuned in.
All right. The silent auction ends at 10 p.m., I believe I'm being told. So, yeah, make sure you guys get in there for that. Cincinnati Bengals thing for pretty cheap. If you know somebody went to the University of Cincinnati or something, you know, I mean, and besides, you should do it anyway just because it's helping all the great work that they do at ACS Can. So, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next year. And live from the internet, it's Laughter Can Cure. Thanks, guys.
Ha ha ha.